spent so many years peering through time.
Doctor Strange is directed by Scott Derrickson and stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Tilda Swinton and Mads Mikkelsen. An acclaimed and arrogant neurosurgeon named Stephen Strange has his life turned around when a tragic accident leaves his hands in a state where he cannot perform medical procedures anymore due to the shake in his hands. However, through word of mouth he is told of a place in Kathmandu called Kamar-Taj where he can be healed. However, when he arrives he discovers much more than healing and discovers so much more than he could possibly even begin to imagine as he begins his journey to becoming the Sorcerer Supreme known as Doctor Strange. First off, Benedict Cumberbatch. I loved him so much in this role. I'm a big fan of the good old Batcher Cumber, however now he is playing an incredible Marvel character like Stephen Strange. That is a wonderful thing, and he can really pull off that arrogant and stubborn side to Strange, and also show the transformation that the character goes through during the runtime of this movie. He also looked the part, down to the hair being perfect and the goatee looking on point, as he does look very similar to his comic book counterpart that we see in the comics.
I don't believe in fairy tales about chakras or energy or the power of belief.
Everyone else in this movie was fantastic. Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mordo was a great casting choice, and Benedict Wong was a surprisingly awesome character who is actually returning for Avengers Infinity War, which is very exciting indeed. And Tilda Swinton did an amazing job as the mystical and wise character of the Ancient One. I really loved her character and the performance she gave on top of that, as her character had a lot of background that the movie doesn't necessarily tell us but we can infer, and that's very cool to see. Mads Mikkelsen as Caecilius was good in this performance, but just like most Marvel villains, he just wasn't given much development and just was not that interesting. He did have a motivation of sorts, and I would say he is one of the better Marvel villains as we've had at this point. However, I just don't think he was too great or particularly memorable, which is a shame when you have such a fantastic actor like Mads Mikkelsen in the makeup and in the costume playing that character. It's a shame that they can't justify it. Now, I really want to talk about the visual effects in this movie. They are truly stunning. I am so happy this movie got nominated for the Best Visual Effects Oscar, as it truly deserves that. Unfortunately, it lost out to Arrival, but that deserves that as well. But it got the recognition it deserves. It is like the subatomic scenes from Ant-Man, but on steroids and speed combined, as it just is cranked up to 11, and the creative choices they made with the imagery is so interesting and just weird, but so awesome. The music in this movie was also particularly awesome. I could tell this straight away from the trailer. As you can tell from that clip there, it is very mysterious sounding but with a badass heroic edge to it. This theme continues throughout the film, and every time the music cranked up I just felt motivated and like I had a boost of confidence and badassery like Stephen Strange would have done when he was getting his magic ready to take out some bad guys. Overall, I love Doctor Strange. It is one of my favourite MCU movies, and I believe it is one of the best Marvel origin stories put into film form we have had. And, you know, I don't speak that frankly. I mean, this is honestly up there with Iron Man 1. So with all of that praise I just gave the movie and everything I've just said, I am going to give Doctor Strange the rank of an A.